So it's been a while since I've done a video. I think it's the longest gap between videos that I've done. I've been wanting to do a video um, for a while now, but I've been kind of stuck. been stitching, been stitching a lot. Happy September! Where did the time go? I mean, it's September. The year's almost over. Wow. And I think I'm coming up on 1 month since I posted my first video. Yeah, in about 2 days, because I remember pretty sure either tomorrow or the next day is 1 month since I posted my first video. Because I remember it was right before I started my new job. And I'm hitting the 1 week mark there, or 1 month mark there as well. So it's either tomorrow or Thursday marks 1 month since I started posting videos. And so since it's a new month and the first full month since I started posting, I can do a whip update, a monthly whip update. I don't have much to show. Most of what I've got I haven't worked on much because I've been focusing a lot of energy on my August ABCs pieces, which, by the way, I ended up being 2 for 3 on finishing them in August. I was trying really, really hard to finish all 3. The one that I didn't finish was Coffin Buzz, and I tried really, really hard to get that done yesterday, and I got somewhat close. I mean, I could go ahead and FFO it if I really wanted to. I'm at a point in it where I could just say I can cut off the rest of it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stitch it to completion. And this is where I left off at the end of September. My favorite part, the best part to me though, is that I did get all the words done. So that's bonus. I've got some little dealy bobs down here and the little coffee cup, which was part of the reason why I'm thinking, no, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish it to completion, because the coffee cup kind of makes the piece, and then the year. And I redid it because this was originally charted 7 years ago. So it has 2008 on the bottom, and I actually re-charted the numbers myself to where it said 2015 instead. And I was really happy with the way the 1 and the 5 came out. And I don't know what I did with I put the pattern in a folder and put the what's it called? The the graph paper. There you go. With my numbers and the way I'd done them, because I took forever altering that 5. The 5 was the big one that took me forever to figure out how I was going to do it. And I put it all in the folder to take to work today, to work on it. And I don't know where the pattern went. The pattern just went poof. I checked my car, I checked the house, I checked everywhere. It's not anywhere. I'm worried that I actually did take it to work, brought it out of the car, and left it on one of the tables in the break room, and some person threw it away. But so I'm gonna have to redo. I still have the digital copy of the pattern, so I can still finish the pattern. That's not a problem. But I have to redo the numbers. And I think I'm going to do them in Excel, so I have a digital copy of that. That's what I should have done. But I don't know. So that's that. As far as the rest of my projects, my other two August ABC's pieces were Plan Ahead, which I showed you. That was the bookmark. I showed you the FFO for that. And then the Jets logo Paolo that I did for my dad. And I actually took that to him on Sunday, and he absolutely loved it. So, yay! So I was 2 for 3 on August ABCs because I got the Jets logo finished and I got Plan Ahead finished. And of course, Plan Ahead was a little mini piece that I kind of tacked on in the middle of the month and got done in like 2 days. Yeah. So, yeah. Rest of my whips or pieces. I haven't worked on any really anything other than August ABCs for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, or so. But I'll show you where I am on everything else, just because I am planning on working on some of these throughout the month, hopefully. So, first is Butterflies Mahon. This is where I'm at. This is where I'm starting for the month. This one, I definitely want to work on it. This is a deadline piece. I have to have it done and scanned and submitted to DeviantArt by 31st of October. So I have 2 months. And I don't want to, I'm kind of giving myself the 31st of October, so sorry. The 31st of October is a hard deadline because it's a contest entry and entries have to be submitted by the 31st. So that is a hard deadline. But I'm going to try to give myself a soft deadline of the end of this month. So this is going to have to shoehorn its way in amongst Specialty September, which I'll get to that in a minute. Because in October, I am hoping to start Raven Queen with Stitch Mania, and actually do Raven Queen. Be my first Mira. I'm super duper I don't know. So I think I'm gonna start keying her up this week. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't decided. I kind of have to get her kitted up, at least the pattern, the fabric, and the DMC, so I can start this month. So I can start her on September 1st, or October 1st. I at least need to buy the pattern, and I at least need to buy the DMC. Polymer, I'm not going to be able to afford to fully kit her up in one go because I think I carded it on 1-2-3 stitch and it was like $60 something, and I can't forego over $60 in one sitting on one pattern. So I'm going to try to at least get her and the DMC for the first of the month, and then once I start her, I will do the specialty threads and beads. I think that's my plan. Is over my next 3 checks, set aside like 6 money for that. So I want to try to definitely want to try to get this done by September, the end of September, because if I do Raven Queen for October, that's all I'm doing. That is going to be I'm going to be a one whip wonder for the month of October. So, yeah. Next, I'm going to show you a piece that has gained UFO status. And that is the Summer Mystery Sal from With My Threads. I just wasn't feeling it anymore. I think the, and no offense to the blog, the stitcher that's running it, because I know what her situation was. I mean, she had a kid. I am the aunt to a 3-month-old, and when my sister had her kid, he took up her life for like a good. He's still taking up a good portion of her time. So I know, I get it, and I'm not trying to fault the stitcher, but the break, that the long wait in between the first part and the second part, I think it partly killed my stitchy bug for that piece. That, and I feel I should have done this 1/2 and not 2/2. Or 1/1, sorry. 1/1, not 2/1. Because you can see where some of my stitches got really, really off. Because it just, my needle just couldn't fit through the holes, and it was like poking holes where it shouldn't have been. So next time I do a full coverage piece on 22 count, I'm going to do it 1/1 and see how I like it. So that's been UFO'd, which kind of sucks, but what can you do? Next up is Tiny Motifs. That one is not UFO'd. I am going to try to work on this a little bit in September. I'm not going to, I have no deadline on this, so if I only do a little bit, then I only do a little bit, but I want to try to at least get the first motif done so I can start working with a different color of variegated floss. So that's that one. And then there's Not Work Quickie, which, again, I haven't done anything on it since the last time I worked, since the last time I showed you that piece, but that's where that is at the start of the month. And that's where I'm going to pick it up. Now, Specialty Stitch September. So, Specialty Stitch September, I think I've mentioned it a couple times. I know it's been very popular on the Flosstubes in the last couple weeks. It's Stitch Mania's September Sal. And the only requirement is that your piece has to have some sort of specialty stitch. And fortunately for me, and I know I've mentioned this before, I've talked about specialty in September before, but now that it's actually started, I'm going to kind of go in depth. They're allowing backstitch, because I was looking at some specialty stitches, and it was like satin stitches and this and that and the other. Like, sorry, I just was not ready for something like that. So I've picked 3 pieces that are very backstitch heavy. They're actually black work pieces, or at least have the aura of black work pieces. So let me see if I can get the camera switched over. No, I cannot. Hold on. Okay, I thought it would let me switch from the front facer to the rear facer on my phone while I was recording, but it's not. So let's see here. Hold on. I'm trying this into a multiple piece video. So here's the first piece. It's the one I've started. I will bring that up as soon as I'm done. Now keep in mind, all of these pieces are free, which is why I tend to prefer free pieces, or free patterns. So this one's completely free. So as far as me showing off the pattern, I think it's okay because of that, but let me know. So this is Diamond Magic of Colors, and you can see all of that backstitch. Like, now I chose pieces where I'd have backstitch as well as full crosses. So you can see there's some crosses around the border, which I've actually already done. I'll show you that. I am stitching this on 14 count black Aida, which I haven't stitched on 14 count in about 5 years, so it's kind of crazy. It's taking some getting back used to. So, and the reason I chose black is because the colors that the symbols are in the pattern do not do it justice. I'm working with that pink backstitch is 601. The teal backstitch and the darker teal crosses are 3844, and the lighter crosses are 3846, which I find it funny that I chose a piece that contains 3846, because 3846 is the color that I did all the letters in on Coffin Buzz, and when I finished that last letter, I was so happy that I could not work with that color for a while, and now this piece has the same color, but it's not as prevalent, so I'm okay with that. So there's that one, and then that's the one I've already started. The next piece that I want to do, this is by, now you're going to see, I think you're going to see a lot of her work this month, because everyone's doing like Save the Stitches and Box Delights, and this is a Liz Almond. This one is actually it's Nick Variations. There's the first part. Okay. Because this pattern, this PDF is 2 pieces. Okay, and then there's the second part. And again, that one has a lot of full crosses and backstitch, so that's why I chose it. This one is originally charted for just DMC Black, DMC 310, which I am still using, and it's also DMC 816. Yeah, 816. And I swapped the 816 out for E815. The light effects, because I wanted some metallic. So I'm interested in seeing how that's gonna look. And this one also contains some beading, so that's kind of cool. So I'm gonna get some practice beading with this piece as well as butterflies. I'm stitching this one on 14 count, like a cream Aida. Again, for the same reason, I thought that it would be a little simpler to do the back stitching on a 14 count, because it wouldn't feel so jumbled. So that's why I'm doing that one on 14 count. And then I've got one more. This one is a little tiny pattern because I've decided to keep up with the idea of doing a little tiny pattern. This one is Blackwork Design Square, and I'm gonna this one and Diamond Magic Colors are available on Cyber Stitchers. And this is gonna be my small project because I kind of inadvertently started myself a trend when I did Plan Ahead. originally was also going to do a bookmark for my small project this month, but then I was like, I want to be unique. So I found this pattern, and I decided to turn it into a mason jar topper, because I'm going to go get a mason jar, and I'm going to make an Ort jar out of it. And this is going to be a little topper. This is going to be stitched on 14 count oatmeal Aida. And I haven't decided the color yet. All I know is that I'm going to do it on variegated floss, or with variegated floss. Since it's all one color, I kind of want to mix it up a bit. So I decided to go with the variegated floss, because all my other pieces have at least multiple colors. So there's that. Right. So now I get to do some fancy editing after checking to see if the second part actually recorded, because my phone freaked out on it, but it did, so we're good. Alright, so moving on, I'm going to show you where I'm at on the line here. Nope, that's worse. There we go. Where I'm at on Diamond Magic of Colors. Again, remember this is going to be some black Aida. And then here's the piece. Here's the cream Aida I was telling you about that I'm going to use for its thick variations. But here's where I'm at. Oh my god. You can't even see it. Can you even... Yeah, it gets too dark. You can't even see it. Shoot. That's no good. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, you can't even... It blocks. Hold on. Okay. How's that? That's a little better. But that's not good. Okay. No, that's worse. You can see that. For future videos, I'm going to try to see if I can record outside during the day. Because yeah, son of a, okay. And there's no lights, like, what I need, I'm going to probably go buy a webcam this weekend so I can use my phone's, the light on my phone, because what I need is I need light shining at it, and I don't have that. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. So I'm going to be quick, because I've got this kind of... I just got to be quick. I might lose my laptop. That would be bad. But I needed to get, like, standing up. So the light... So this is where I am, and it's upside down. No, it was sideways. There it goes. I actually marked the top with Sulky Sliver. As an aside, any tips for working with Sulky Sliver? I had the hardest time, and I just did like 15 stitches. Yeah, I just did 15 stitches to write the word top in Sulky Sliver on this piece, and it was the biggest pain. Any tips? Okay, so here is where I'm at now. You can see why I chose to do this on black fabric. Look how that stands out. And those other two colors are going to be just as good. Now, fun fact. So So I originally got all the way to about here done. Got that done. So all I had left to do was this part. And I had miscounted here and here. And they were off by 1 stitch. So the whole piece, like the end of this part and this part, maybe back up to here. Back up to here. So I was really close to being done with the border. And I realized that I was like, these were not lined up, which they should be. And these were not lined up, which they should be. So I had to rip everything up to this and this was all that was left when I was done. Everything else had to be ripped out. All this had to be redone. But I got it done pretty quickly. And you can see I actually finished up the board. I actually had to stop. Because I was thinking, oh my god, if I keep stitching this, I'm going to finish it. And then we have to come up with another piece. So, took a break from this, which is good. Because then it gives me a chance to work on other pieces. Hold on. Once again. Alright. You know one thing I love about when you pause on the recording, go do something, and then come back and re-record? You guys, I am only gone for a second. For me, it was like, I think it took me like 5 minutes to set that up so I could get the camera situated high enough to where I could stand up. That was the only way the light would be shining in the right direction, then not to where it wasn't like totally blacking out my fabric. I'm definitely investing in a webcam so I can I have warts in my keyboard. Definitely investing in a webcam this week so I can record with the webcam up on top of the laptop and use my phone's flashlight for front-facing light if need be, like in a case like I was trying to show off Diamond Magical Colors, which look, you can hardly see it. You can see it pretty good when I was standing up. You can't hardly see. You can barely see the top. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because I know I can get a webcam with a light on it. That would be even better. I don't know if they exist, but I have probably gone on long enough. My phone is yelling at me for being too hot. I can feel it. And I still gotta move these videos over and get them put on the thing and edited. Also, one more thing you're going to notice by the time this video goes up is that my thumbnail is going to be 100% completely different. Oh, and also, I finally upgraded my laptop to 7 because the one that was given to me was about as old as Coffin Bez. It's been around since at least 2008. So it came with XP, which XP is great, but there are so many things that I'd gotten used to because I had a Windows 7 laptop for 5 years. 5 years. Lasted me a good long 5 years. The hard drive finally took a dump and went on to the great hard drive graveyard. The great laptop in the sky. Which sucks because there was quite a few things that I lost. I think there are a bunch of patterns that I had on there from the last time I stitched from 5 years ago. Speaking of stitching 5 years ago, that was the last time I stitched on 14 count, and I wanted to mention when I was showing you my progress on Diamond Magical Colors, the stitches just look huge on the 14 count, and I can't show it off without doing that balancing act with my laptop again, so I will make sure to put it in the next video. but I was comparing my stitches on Coffin Buzz, which is 2/1 on 22 count, versus my stitches on Diamond Magic Colors, which is 2/1 on 14 count. And the difference is astounding. The Coffin Buzz, they look like squares because it's just that small. These, you can clearly, I think you can kind of, yeah, you can kind of tell. It's kind of showing. Those clearly look like X's. You can clearly tell that they're X's. This, not so much. So, an 18 count, let me pull up. I'll use Not Work Quickie as an example. 18 count is kind of, you can kind of tell they're X's, but not as much as the 14 count. And with certain colors, you can really tell they're X's. Like black. One of these days, I will pull back out Starget, which was 2/1 on 14 count. It was 14 count Blue Ada with yellow using 307 and 310, I'm pretty sure. And the 310 stitches, I can't even tell that they're 2/1. It's so, the coverage is so poor on the black stitches that if I feel like it's 1/1, even though I know for a fact it's 2/1 because I did it. But again, I didn't think that the full stitches needed to look like squares. I thought that with it being a black work design, them actually looking like X's would kind of add some charm. That and all back stitching made me want to kind of work with the higher count fabric, or well, the lower count, a larger fabric. So the back stitching would be a little easier. So yeah, but I can see the lag in my phone as I'm trying to record. I can see it on my end. So I'm going to go ahead and end this now because I still have to upload all 3 of these videos, which is going to take a while, and splice them together and get this ready to go. Oh, and I got sidetracked again. Sorry. You're going to notice this video is going to have a new thumbnail. That's where I was getting. It's going to have a new thumbnail. I have decided that every 10 videos, I'm going to switch up the thumbnail just so I can kind of, I mean, I number them. I do number them, so they're titled Flosstube number whatever. But I thought the different thumbnails would be kind of cool. So, yeah. All right. I'm going for real this time. I promise. See you in my next video. Don't know when that will be. Probably this weekend because I'm going to have haul. I know I'm going to have haul. Because I got to go buy the oatmeal Ada. I got to go buy 16 count antique white Ada for Raven Queen. I'm going to go buy more floss because I've got another paycheck, so I get to buy another 28 skeins to build up my collection. What else? I don't know. But I'm gonna have haul. Oh, I'm gonna be buying a variegated floss to do the Blackbook Design Square. I'm gonna be buying the mason jar, which I'm gonna be buying my Ort jar, so I'm gonna show that off. So yeah. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.